Good morning everyone, it's lovely to see you again today on this Monday morning. Let's start with our song. Good morning, and how do you do? Good morning, a happy day to you. Good morning, are you ready for some fun? Good morning everyone. Good morning everyone. Let's start the day with what day it is. Now I gave you a little secret before telling you it was Monday, and it is now not April, we are in the month of May. So it's still autumn because there's 3 months in autumn, March, April and May. And today we are the 4th of May. So 4 days into May, and it's partly sunny, partly cloudy and very cold at my house this morning. I wonder what the weather's like at your house. Have you got a jumper on? Maybe a beanie for when you go outside? Make sure you always rug up to keep yourself nice and warm. Now I thought that we would start today, when I spoke to you last week on Zoom, to talk a little bit about space and the planets. Now, at preschool last week, with the help of a couple of the children that were here, I made us a space mobile. But I brought it home with us because I'm going to be teaching from home for the next week, so I can use it to show you. And you might be able to even make one of these with your family at home, because I've used all different things from the cupboards. So I've used a paper plate here for Uranus. We've got a rocket ship here made out of some cellophane and a paper towel roll. We've got the big sun in the middle because remember, all the planets rotate around the sun. We've got Jupiter here. He's the biggest planet. We've got Earth, which is our planet and our moon. We've got Neptune. We've got Mercury. We've got a little comet here. We've got some stars, Saturn. And if I spin it around the other way, all the way around, we have Venus and Mars and lots of stars. You might like to use some foil to make the stars, but we're going to talk a little bit about our planets over the next week. So I have a story to read to you first about the planets, and it's called Learning About the Universe. So we're going to find out a little bit more. And you see this little girl here? She's looking through, does anyone know what that's called? It's a telescope, and that's the way she can see the planets, the stars and the moon. It's like having big binoculars or a long camera lens to see. Let's learn about the universe. Turn it around so you can see the pictures. The universe is very big and wondrous. No one knows how big or old it really is. The universe is made up of everything we can think of. It stretches from our fingertips to as far as the imagination can wander. Everything works together in the universe. The sun makes the plants grow. The moon makes the waves crash. There are lots of interesting planets in the universe. Our Earth is just one planet out of 8 in our solar system. The names of the planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Can you find Earth? Have a look. It's the 3rd planet from the sun. So here's the sun. So we are 1, 2, 3. There's Earth. And Earth is the perfect temperature for us to live on. Mars is the closest planet to Earth. It is a very hot planet too. It's way too hot for humans to live on. There is this special robot landed on Mars so we could learn more about this hot red planet. Can everyone see that? It's like a space mobile. Space shuttles travel from Earth into outer space. Astronauts fly space shuttles. Astronauts must wear special spacesuits if they want to walk on the moon. See the helmet? got a jetpack on their back. Why do you think they have to wear a helmet? Does anyone remember what's not on the moon? That's right, there's no oxygen. So they have to wear a special helmet, and they would have special oxygen for them to breathe. We can learn about the planets and the moon by looking through a telescope. If we look through a telescope, we can see Saturn. Saturn has rings that are made of ice crystals, as big as a house. That's huge. There are lots of stars in the sky. Nearly all of the stars in the sky are suns from far, far away. Our sun is very hot, a big ball of burning gas. Our sun's light travels a long way to Earth. Its warmth makes everything come alive. The universe is all around us. Let's all remember to enjoy its wonders. I wonder if you've been outside to see the stars at night time. I've been able to see lots of stars sparkling in the sky and be able to see the Southern Cross, which is the stars in the point on our Australian flag. And I've also been able to see, because there's been no cars driving around because of coronavirus, that the sky is so much clearer. There's no smog, and I could see Venus the other night. And Venus is the brightest planet in April. So we've just gone into May, so you'll still be able to see it. So if you go out into the night sky and you look out west, you'll be able to see Venus, and it's a really, really bright, looks like a bright star, but it's the planet Venus. And sometimes you can also see Mars, and Mars is like a little red planet. I was able to see them the other night when I took my children outside to have a look around. So maybe you can ask your mum and dad if maybe tomorrow night you can go outside and see if you can see the stars, or maybe you might be able to see Venus and Mars as well. There's so many magical things to see when you have a look outside, and sometimes it's best if you have a place where there's no street lights around, you can see even more stars and lots of constellations in the sky. Okay, so now I'm going to actually put a special video clip on that I found on YouTube on all the planets. So have a look and enjoy.
We are the planets big and round. Watch us happily fly around. We are the planets big and round. Watch us happily fly around. I'm closest to the sun. I'm Mercury, Mercury. I'm the brightest in the sky. I'm Venus, Venus. And I'm your planet. I'm Earth, Earth. I'm the red planet. I'm Mars, Mars. We are the planets big and round. Watch us happily fly around. We are the planets big and round. Watch us happily fly around. I'm the largest planet. I'm Jupiter, Jupiter. I'm the planet with the rings. I'm Saturn, Saturn. I have 27 moons. I'm Uranus, Uranus. I am made of gas. I'm Neptune, Neptune. We are the planets big and round. Watch us happily fly around. We are the planets big and round. Watch us happily fly around.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that special song all about all the planets. So I thought, just to follow on from that we would have a look at the planets and learn some interesting facts about them. So let's start with the sun. Now the sun is actually a star. and it is more than 150 million kilometres away. It's a long, long, long way away. And it's 1 million times the size of Earth. And it can get up to 5,500 degrees. So that's why if you're out in the sun in summertime, you need to make sure you have your sun cream on, because it has so much heat that it can burn our skins. So luckily we're the third planet from the sun, so therefore that it protects our bodies. But if we were all the way near Mercury, I think we would melt, because it's just too close to the sun. And Mercury here is the first planet from the sun. It has a lot of craters on it. You can see it there, it's the red planet. Now the second one, which is Venus, which we spoke to you before about with the shiny in the night sky. And it says Venus is the hottest and brightest planet in the solar system. And it's closest to Earth in April. That's why we can see it and it shines so bright for us in the sky. Then we have Earth. Who lives on Earth? We do. The Earth orbits the sun in 365 days. Does anyone else know what happens in 365 days? It's a year. That's right. So it takes a whole year for the Earth to orbit the sun. And that's why when we're closest to the sun, it's summer. And then when our Earth is furthest from the sun, that's when it's winter, because we're further away, so the sun's rays don't come onto us. And we're in autumn now, so we're actually moving away from the sun on our way spinning around. Now we have just one moon, Earth does, and the moon is a long way away from Earth, and it takes 3 to 4 days to fly there. It's such a long time. And the first man to walk on the moon was Neil Armstrong back in 1969. And that's the astronaut you see lots of pictures of when he's bouncing along the moon. Okay, the fourth planet from the sun. So we've gone 1, Mercury, 2, Venus, 3 is Earth, 4 is Mars. And Mars has 2 permanent polar caps at the top, or the ice cap, sorry, and it's about half the size of Earth. Our next planet on our journey is Jupiter. And Jupiter, what does it say here, is the biggest and fastest spinning planet in the whole of the solar system. It's so big that you could fit 1,300 Earths in it. Can you see Jupiter there? It's pretty big, isn't it? And it has a few moons on it as well. And then over here we have Saturn. Now Saturn has the biggest moon, and its moon's called Titan. It's a pretty big one, isn't it? And the actual moon is bigger than Mercury. That's a very big moon. And it says here that, you can see here, all its rings. So it has a couple of rings that go around it. And we have 24 hours in our day, but Saturn only has 10 hours in its day. So its days are a lot shorter than ours. That's nearly just a preschool day. And then we have Uranus. And Uranus is not only the coldest planet, it's the only planet that spins on its side. So all the other planets spin around, it goes the opposite way. And then we have Neptune. Neptune is the stormiest planet, and it has, okay, we ran out of space on our storage, so I have to fix it up for everybody. Okay, and the last but not least is Neptune, and Neptune is the stormiest planet. So it has winds that go all spin around. I think I'd get a bit dizzy if I was on that planet. And then we have a comet. So sometimes you might see a comet in the sky. And comets are made up of ice and dust and rocky debris. And generally when they crash into the planets, that's how you get the big craters. So there's lots of interesting facts about space. And I'm also going to put a little link for your families that they might be able to have a look on YouTube at some different programs, because NASA has amazing ones that you can look at, and also there's one called Star Map, so you can take it out in the night sky and you can have a look up at the constellations and you can see where exactly, if you hold your iPad up, it will show you what you can see in the sky. So we're very lucky with all these new technology that we can use. So I'm going to start sending those through to the families to use. And I have a special... Okay, now I have a special story today about Space Boy Spud. I wonder what adventures he's going to have today. Can you see him on his rocket ship? Let's find out what Space Boy Spud does. Here he is, Space Boy Spud. Spud couldn't sleep. Through his telescope, he could see that his alien friends were in a real mess and needed his help to get ready for bed. So he climbed on his rocket and zoomed off into outer space. 3, 2, 1, swoosh! Oh dear, what a mess, thought Spud, as he came to the planet where the smelly aliens lived. Pong, 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 said the aliens. We're nearly ready for bed. We just made a bath. Will you help us? Of course, said Spud. So Spud washed and scrubbed and washed until the aliens were all clean and smelt good. Good night. Sleep tight, said Spud. But they were already asleep. So Spud climbed on his rocket and zoomed off to the next planet. 3, 2, 1. Swoosh. Oh dear, what a mess, thought Spud, as he came to the planet where the hairy alien lived. Frizz, 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 said the alien. I'm nearly ready for bed. I just need to brush my hair. Will you help me? Of course, said Spud. So Spud brushed and combed and brushed until the hair was neat and tidy. Good night, sleep tight, said Spud. But she was already asleep. So Spud climbed on his rocket and zoomed off to the next planet. 3, 2, 1, swoosh! Oh dear, what a mess, thought Spud, as he came to the planet where the little pee-pee aliens lived. Beep, 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 said aliens. We're nearly ready for bed. We just need to do a wee. Will you help us? So Spud helped the little aliens to go to the toilet. Good night, sleep tight, said Spud, but they were already asleep. So Spud climbed on his rocket and zoomed off to the next planet. 3, 2, 1, swoosh! Oh dear, what a mess, thought Spud, as he came to the planet where the big teeth alien lived. Nash, 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 said the alien. I'm nearly ready for bed. I just need to brush my teeth. Will you help me? Of course, said Spud. So he brushed and polished and polished and brushed until the teeth were shiny and sparkling. Good night. Sleep tight, said Spud. But he was already asleep. Spud was very tired after all his hard work, so he climbed on his rocket one last time and headed for home. He curled up snug in his own bed. Good night, sleep tight, said his mum. But Spud was already asleep. The end. He did a lot of things before he went to bed. He had to brush and comb one alien's hair. He had to give some aliens a bath because they were smelly. He had to go to the toilet before he went to bed and brush their teeth. Do you do all of those things before you go to bed? I hope so, because then that way you can have a big night's sleep like Spud did. Now, you may have been hearing lots of sticky tape being ripped while I was reading that story, because Hunter's busy trying to help me make a jetpack blaster. So we thought it might be fun that some of the children might like to make a jetpack blaster at home that they can wear as well. So we have 2 mineral water bottles, lots of foil, and for the flames we have some red cellophane, or you might like to use some newspaper or anything that you have. So I'm going to show you a picture now. Okay, hi everyone. So I thought I'd show you what we've used to make the special jetpack blasters, which are things that you will have at home. So I've used 2 water bottles and we've taped them together with masking tape. And then we have some foil here and we've wrapped them and coloured them in foil. And then we've put some cellophane flames. Hunter, would you like to come and show everybody what you have made, your creation? Bring it over here, that's right. So Hunter has made us a jetpack blaster. So here's the 2 bottles together. He's covered it all in foil and we have some flames out the bottom. And then we've got some straps here to put it on our back. So we're going to put them on and then I'm going to go for a zoom around the classroom. Well, my classroom here. And you might like to do the same at your house if you make them. Okay, so I've got my backpack here. Put my arms through this one and then my other arm through this one. Let's hopefully see my jetpack blaster. So now I'm going to zoom into outer space. See if we can go see all the planets that we want to visit.
Fasten your seat
Right, with your seatbelt on.
Hold on tight. We're going on an intergalactic
Let's go up into space. Ready? With our jetpack
Are you
blaster.
ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off!
Let's go with our rocket. Put the jetpack on.
We're gonna be there soon.
Woo. Zooming along. Ready?
Rocketing to Mars, speeding past the stars.
We can go to the planet. Ready?
Fasten your
Whoa.
seatbelt, hold on
Hold
tight.
on tight.
We're going on an intergalactic flight.
Zoom. Put your rockets
10,
on.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off!
Go. Can you see the planets?
Zooming out in space, it's a rocket race. Across the Milky Way. Hey, Bruno, come on, play!
See them all. Can you see them?
Fasten your seatbelt, hold on tight. We're going on an
Top down.
intergalactic flight.
Ready to blast off?
You still ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off!
Woo! Up in the air.
Zoom to the left.
Oh, to the left. Spin around.
Now zoom to the right.
Over to the right.
Now zoom up high.
Oh, up high. Big zoom.
Now zoom back down to earth.
All the way back down.
Fasten your seat.
Oh, maybe one more time.
Tight. We're going on an intergalactic flight. You still ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off!
Last right.
We're in the air.
Did you have fun going on your intergalactic flight? I saw so many planets on my journey. I saw Jupiter and I saw Mars and I saw Venus and Mercury. And I saw a rocket tube and the sun. But lucky I had my jetpack blaster on, which had all my power and energy and gave me the oxygen to breathe while I was in outer space. I hope you had fun with your jetpack blasters on as well. Well, I hope you all had lots lots of fun today, blasting through the sky, going to see all the planets with our jetpack blaster, learning all about Space Boy Spud, who decided to go and see all the aliens and help them get ready for bed, learning a little bit about our planets, and watching a special video about all the planets in our solar system. Well, we have lots more exciting things that we're going to learn tomorrow, so stay tuned and we'll do a bit more about space. And if you have maybe the things to make a jetpack blaster at home, maybe you can put your pictures on Story Park to share with your friends. All right, miss you all, my beautiful Melaleuca children, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.